Hello all! Welcome to this tutorial on how to animate a human character in Unity 3D using Animator. To animate a human character, we first need a FBX or OBJ file containing the human mesh and the animation. To get a rigged character having bones and its animation, you can use Mixamo site. For knowing how to get a rigged character with animations, please refer to my tutorials with links in description below. Let's have a look at the components of an FBX file when imported into Unity. To import this file, go to Assets, then Import New Asset and navigate to the path of File, then Import. In my case, file is already imported. On expanding the file, we can see it consists of mesh components which give the physical shape to the character. Then there is armature, which consists of all the bones that make up the human body. It is these bones that the animation is applied to, which moves the mesh and give animation to the human character. Then there are materials which give the color and texture to human mesh components. Lastly, there are animation clips represented by the triangle in blue, which define and store the different animations on the character. Like for a human character, there can be animations like walk, run, dance, etc. So, for each of these animations, there will be separate animation clips which make up the component of the FBX file. Now, the first step that you follow in animating the character is to define some properties to this file to different components. If we click on the root FBX file, we can see that in the inspector there are 4 tabs: Model, Rig, Animation, and Materials. For each of these tabs, we need to set the parameters of the human character that we wish to animate. We leave the Model tab to its default value, as we are okay with values which are already set. Coming to Rig tab, here we define the rig properties. Rigging is a technique used in skeletal animation for representing a 3D character model using a series of interconnected digital bones. We set the animation type to humanoid, as our character is human. In the avatar definition, choose Create from this model. Avatar acts as a template for other animations on the same human character. Let us understand it this way. Say there is a human character that needs idle, walk, and dance animations. So, we need 3 FBX files, or OBJ files, for that matter. We do not import the human mesh as a component for all these 3 FBX files, as the human mesh is common to each of these files. We will just have one base FBX file having the mesh component, which will be shown to user in the game and shared by other 2 files. The base model acts as the template or avatar, which will be used by other 2 animations in this case. So, for this particular file, in Rig tab, we set the animation type to humanoid. Avatar definition as Create from this model. Rest of the settings are left to their default values, and then we apply these changed settings. Coming to Animation tab, under Clips section we see all the animations. Choose the one that you need, which will be used for the file. Check loop time, depending on whether you want the animation to be played once or looped when this particular animation is applied to the character. Rest of the settings can be left to default, as they are not used in most of the cases. In the Materials tab, if your materials do not show up in Remapped Materials, then under Location, select Use Embedded Materials. Then extract the materials and textures. When we instantiate the character by dragging it from Project View to Hierarchy View, we can see all the materials and textures applied to it. At this point, we are done with setting up the base file. We repeat the process for other 2 files, except that in Rig tab we choose Avatar definition as Copy from Other Avatar and assign the avatar a base file created earlier. Let us build up more on this. To this instantiated character, we need to add an Animator component to animate it. So, we go to Add Component and search for Animator and add the Animator. The Animator component is used to assign animation to our character. The Animator component requires a reference to an Animator Controller, which defines which animation clips to use, and controls when and how to blend and transition between them. To create an Animator Controller, right-click in Project View and select Animator Controller. We name it as character and assign it to Animator Controller. Since the game object is a humanoid character with an avatar definition, the avatar should also be assigned in this component. Select whether to control the character's position and rotation from the animation itself or from script. The update mode allows you to select when the animator updates and which timescale it should use. In normal mode, the animator is updated in sync with the update call, and the animator's speed matches the current timescale. If the timescale is slowed, animations will slow down to match. In animate physics mode, the animator is updated in sync with the fixed update call that is in lockstep with the physics system. You should use this mode if you are animating the motion of objects with physics interactions, such as characters which can push rigid body. In unscaled time, the animator is updated in sync with the update call, but the animator's speed ignores the current timescale and animates at 100% speed regardless. This is useful for animating a GUI system at normal speed while using modified timescales for special effects or to pause gameplay. Culling mode: you can choose for animations to control what is updated when the object is culled. Always animate, don't do culling even when off-screen. In Cull, update transforms retarget, IK, and write of transforms are disabled when renderers are not visible. In Cull, completely animation is completely disabled when renderers are not visible. Let us now have a look at how Animator looks like when we open it. As explained earlier, Animator Controller defines which animation clips to use, and controls when and how to blend and transition between them. The Animator Controller has references to the animation clips used within it, and manages the various animation clips and the transitions between them using a state machine, which could be thought of as a flowchart of animation clips and transitions. We will learn more about Animator Controller in my future tutorial, but to give an idea how Animator works, we will take a simple case of playing single default animation. If we expand the animation file, we can drag drop and place the animation clip inside the animator. This is the entry state of animation, which is the default animation state. This is a idle breathing animation which is automatically played when the game is started. Let's play it and see if our character breathes idly on start. We can see the animation playing out. In my future tutorials, we will learn how we can transition from one animation state to other using transitions and set transition properties. Subscribe, like, comment and share my channel for more fun videos, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.